Antoine Griezmann, after almost 2 years now with Barcelona, seems to finally have found his footing at the club, becoming the best goal contributor in 2021 within Europe's top 5 leagues with 6 goals and 6 assists. Is this the version that we are expecting of Antoine Griezmann? Well, in one way, yes it is. This is because every football fan, even those not associated with Barcelona, would have liked to see the World Cup winner happy and back to his very best. He's an incredible personality and certainly a great asset to the sport. But on the other one, we can also say that Antoine Griezmann and this version that we see of him today, it's a lot different from all of the others that we've seen in his career so far. Join us today for a new episode of Unfiltered as we take a look at the 3 key ways Antoine Griezmann has been able to turn around his career for Barcelona. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, welcome back to another video here on the channel. And I must admit that between Antoine Griezmann and Coutinho, I thought the latter was going to be more successful. In Coutinho, I saw a player that at least had some sort of room in the team, with Antoine's ideal position not even existing. Antoine Griezmann is not a number 9, he isn't a number 10, and certainly not a winger. In a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, no matter which formation Ronald Koeman used, there was almost certainly not going to be a proper space for the 29-year-old. If we go all the way back to even as early as August 2022, many Barcelona aficionados would say already that Antoine Griezmann was a flop. The pressure was mounting up, and the player that had previously been so happy and cheerful in and outside the field was soon consumed by a dark cloud that were the ignorant football fans that didn't know how or when to critique. The departure of Luis Suarez was a double-edged sword in my opinion, because a player of Antoine Griezmann's quality was left to fill a goal-scoring gap of intangible amounts. And rightly so. If I was Antoine, I would have felt too the pressure creeping up my lower back, grasping my shoulders and choking me to death. How could I, a player that had been known for the longest of times as a secondary striker, be able to amount for the impact that a generational player like Luis Suarez have had? The pressure eventually led him astray, and soon earlier in Koeman's first season failed to start, falling behind in the pecking order to Martin Braithwaite for a brief period if you remember. To make matters worse, he was on a 9-game goal drought, heading into the match against Granada in early January, but that game seemed to be a major turning point in fact for the World Cup winner, with 2 wonderful taken goals and an assist to boot. Griezmann snapped back into life after that match. When Koeman took over Barcelona at the start of the season, there was this rumor that he was going to play Antoine Griezmann centrally and provide him with the right set of tools to at least prove that his problem was just with the managers. And to my surprise, he actually decided to play Griezmann directly as a right winger. Koeman always had this insistence of playing Messi as a striker, Coutinho behind and Ansu Fati on the left, and this left Antoine Griezmann basically deserted with no position to occupy and once again under the looking glass. Koeman's decision to finally shift to a 4-3-3 granted the team the performances and the results that we see today. Despite currently being 10 points behind La Liga leaders in Atletico Madrid, Barca has now taken a massive step on the road to shaping up their turbulent season. With some adjustments to the attack and few alterations in interior players, the Dutch manager has managed to improve the collective performance of the squad and provide a breath of fresh air to Antoine Griezmann. The 29-year-old has struggled to consistently establish himself in one position for Barcelona, and the constant changes likewise has made it so that he has hampered his interpretation of his teammates' game, making it harder for him to connect with them. Now with Lionel Messi back again into a false 9 position, but this time around no number 10 in behind, this leaves the opportunity for Griezmann, even if though he's starting in the left flank, to drift inside and actually occupy more spaces in the middle, and these are certainly more influential. With Antoine Griezmann occupying the zones that Messi leaves free, he's helped by also the creativity of someone like Frankie de Jong and Pedri from the midfield. Ousmane Dembélé, his compatriot, also is massively improving his performances because the winger space and trickery opens up plenty of avenues offensively, which allows Griezmann to occupy more dangerous positions. Dembélé basically helps to open up more space, and more space means less possibilities for Messi and Antoine Griezmann play through the middle to clash. And that is precisely our second point, their connection, which is also improving. One of the doubts surrounding Antoine Griezmann's signing was about his profile and how he was so similar to Lionel Messi. They were both occupying the same spaces, and the way that they dropped deep to receive the ball made it harder for us to understand the inclusion and the validity of a player like Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann and Messi are finally beginning to click, and as this is the case with any other partnership in football, time was of the necessity. At the start of the season, we've talked about how Messi just didn't perform to his usual level, and in the last few games he has actually now been no longer a problem, because he has taken this responsibility now of being the player impacting the game from the inside as well from outside the field. And that is the thing, guys, once your best player is performing at the level that you expect of him, everything becomes a lot more easier. Now the Frenchman runs in behind are finally found by someone like Lionel Messi, and since he has the knack of just being in the right place at the right time, the pair has managed a lot more direct output through goals and assists. Griezmann has 9 assists so far this season for Barcelona, and 3 of those has been to Lionel Messi. And one thing also that I want to mention is that we all know the ball that Messi pings to Alba when the Spaniard is overlapping. Well, this is a combination that Messi is now utilizing with Antoine Griezmann. And the last point that I want to make here on this section, although not quantifiable, it is that it seems that Messi has told Griezmann to get to know a lot more the members in the squad, or at least it's what I have this impression of, because now he actually knows what to celebrate with this guy, what the other one likes, and it seems that the chatter and the kind of relationship between one another is improving, and one of the main personalities in that dressing room is now becoming Antoine Griezmann. And the last way as to Antoine Griezmann has been able to change his career around is that Antoine has now appeared in more crucial moments throughout the entire season. And with this, I don't only mean the flashy nature of his goals, but most importantly the moments at where they were scored at. Because even though some people may believe that this is just a shortcoming, when we're talking about football fans, when we're talking about the media, when you are able to cement yourself in a comeback and help by doing a heroic, then certainly your appreciation of the fans is gonna be increased. Goals for me, to be completely honest, are independent of opposition, and what matters the most is when you score them. Something which Antoine Griezmann has taken to heart, it seems, and has managed to appear in those moments and make an entire fanbase go, you know what, this guy is actually here to help us. And to finish, there seems to have been a non-stop speculation about Antoine Griezmann's future here at the club. But more often than not, even if he has been labeled as expendable, in this mood and this form, he's a precious asset to any football club in the world. With this newfound sense of confidence and most importantly, resolutive power, we see that Griezmann is basically the man of the hour. And if Barcelona want to succeed and at least get something positive out of this season, and with that I mean a trophy, then certainly a pivotal part in that is going to be Antoine Griezmann, because certainly he's one of the most valuable players right now for Barcelona. That's gonna be everything for right now, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Be sure to let me know in the comment box down below if you learned anything new about Antoine Griezmann, and if you did, also consider subscribing for more content just like this one. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao.